Hi, I'm Mike.
And I'm Larry.
Welcome to Manopod,
A podcast dedicated to men over 50.
brought to you by manopause.com. Live from the Burbank Tennis Center in the city of Burbank, it's another Manopod podcast.
And we're here with the pickleball pro, Roland Sunga.
And I'm going to attempt to teach them pickleball.
Yay!
So where did, all of a sudden, everything you hear is pickleball. Where did it come from?
It was based out of Seattle in the 60s, designed by parents like us with their kids. They were trying to teach their kids volleying in tennis. And then they devised this way during short times, and they were able to get pickleball, and it was cleverly designed. It was really actually genius later on.
I noticed that when people are playing racquetball, pickleball versus racquetball is intense. I mean, you are slamming, you're working, you're sweating your butt off. In pickleball, you're placing the ball.
Yes.
It's a finesse game, right?
Yes, it's all about control.
Right.
That's why I hate to say this, but racquetball, in my mind, I consider it an angry game. It's an angry game. Pickleball is not. Pickleball has soft touches, control, placement. Now, there's a time to be angry also when the ball is popped up to you. Then you go, then you hammer down. But most of it, you're setting up. You're setting up for that kill ball. And it involves touch, finesse, placement, all of that.
So let's talk a little anatomy now. Why don't you show us the paddle and the ball and explain why they're a little different than any other game?
Right. So mainly the main difference is the ball used. It has these holes and it's made of hard plastic and it doesn't bounce. That's the biggest thing about pickleball. Now, the paddle, you can look at it as a bigger version of a ping pong paddle. Now, the only restrictions that they have in paddle tennis is the length and the width should equal 24 inches. You can configure it whatever you want. You can make it you can make it 2 inches by 22 feet long, 22 inches long, right? Or you can make it as wide and have this little handle. But that is the main difference. And it also they have different surfaces. It's made of carbon fiber, polycore, composite honeycomb. It's a little bit heavier than a ping pong paddle, but it has a lot more pop. Used to drive the ball to 44 feet of distance, the length of the pickleball court, and 20 feet wide.
Okay, that makes sense.
So Roland, you're gonna teach us today how to play this pickleball thing. I've never seen it. I've heard about it, never played it. So what makes you follow your passion and teach people like us this game?
The passion is to help out, is to spread joy. I have always looked at paddle tennis as something joyful, something to keep us fit, something to give us reason to get out of bed every morning. Pick out your paddle.
Yeah.
I'm gonna smack my paddle with this guy today. So it's always that type of a game where it just takes you out, gets you into a sunshine. After all, we live in LA, we live in California, sunshine state. Might as well take advantage of the sun.
Right.
And it's good for our knees.
Good for your knees. See, that's the other question. Part of this is you can stay healthier playing this game as opposed to tennis or racquetball.
Of course. Yeah. It's a smaller court. And the ball does not travel as quickly or as fast as a regular tennis ball. So
But fast enough.
Fast enough,
Right.
especially when hit the right way.
Right.
But at the same time, the game was designed brilliantly where you really need to keep that ball on a very nice pace to control it. To control it, to put it in the area that you want to.
Right.
Control is key. Placement.
That's awesome. And now we met your wife.
Yes.
And she plays the game 7 days a week and sometimes twice a day.
Yes.
You said she's obsessed.
Yes.
And addicted.
Well, she was addicted first.
Okay, she's addicted first. Now she's obsessed.
Now she's obsessed. She would. our dog Cora. If Cora is on his way in an ambulance on the way to the hospital, and I'm on my way, she'll say, "Take care of Roland. I'm going to go play first."
Now, what does that do for the relationship? Does that increase the relationship, or does that?
Well, the relationship, mind you, it actually is good because it keeps us physically fit.
Yeah.
There you go.
We know what that
Okay,
means.
We
So-
get it.
So who wins if you play her one-on-one?
I lose all the time.
Are you saying that because she's around?
Yeah. It just, making my wife feel good.
There you go.
When the queen is happy,
Oh, that's right.
There it is.
Happy wife is a good life.
There
the
it is.
kingdom is happy,
Right.
buddy.
What's
Right.
the age of your oldest client?
Ooh. Judy is 84.
84. Wow. 84.
Now, let me add to that. The youngest, 2 kids at 8 years old.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
And everybody in between. That's the beauty of this game. It can give you all of these ages, and everybody's happy. And the popularity of it just increases all the time.
Well, Mike and I are going to really enjoy learning this game, and I'm sure a lot of people who are going to be watching this have already played pickleball, and this is just going to reinforce it. And there may be a lot of people like us who have never played who are going to say, hey, I got to find a teacher like Roland and get out there and play. So thanks so much for letting us know what pickleball is all about, and we can't wait to play.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, guys, I'm glad that we're here to chat and move on to your pickleball careers.
All right.
Thanks
Next
a lot,
passion.
Roland.
Thank you.